Hi, welcome to Wholeheartedly for the Lord Bible Journaling with Sherry. His process video will be part 2 of my Word Nerd, James chapter 1 verse 5, Ask. And I'm going to show you several items that I'll be using. It's quite a few, so just bear with me. And I wanted to say thank you for watching. And remember, if I can Bible journal, so can you. Here I am showing you where you keep the index. And this is a previous entry that I did on Seek. So just wanted to flip through it, and I'm going to show you my process on how I'm doing Ask. That is the Bible journal aspect of it. I'm doing it in my Illustrated Faith praise book, and let's see how this process turns out. I'll begin by filling out my sections in my TN or the booklet, the Word Nerd booklet, and I'm filling out each section. If you watch part 1 of my video, you will see each and every section explained and filled out. But for the sake of time, I'm not going to show you this process right here, but I just wanted to let you know what I was doing. I am using my refurbished planner, the word section of my planner that I had already made, and this is where I keep my brief notes on each word that I'm doing so that I can transfer it over into the booklet. And it's, well, my printing is not that neat, but it's neater than what I wrote in my refurbished planner. This way I can follow it quickly and without any errors. I am adding some printed out Illustrated Faith ephemera that I had on my computer. I printed them on clear sticker paper just from different kits that I had, digital kits that I had. I think those were like Word Nerd animals, and then I think I did something from an Easter printout with the bike and everything. So I just printed out some things that I thought coordinated with the colors and just put them on there just to accentuate the page, just to add a little pop of decor on my Word Nerd booklet page. This is a very old label maker that I have from Brother in my scrapbooking days. So you can, on eBay, on Amazon, you probably can find a real inexpensive label maker. So I'm printing out the word ask on the label maker, and it prints out on clear sticker paper, and I'm going to lay that down on the top of my page. This is a regular note taker's Bible. I use just specifically for notes only. I'm transferring a lot of my notes and study notes into one Bible so that I don't have to keep looking through all of my study Bibles for a particular application or understanding of the scripture. And then this Bible I'm showing you right here is just an empty Bible that I use for extras. I make a copy of it and I print it out, and this way I'll always have a Bible page that I can use, and I'll just put it inside of a binder. That is from the Faithful Heart Shop and Illustrated Faith, not Illustrated Faith, Praise and Pray. Some stickers, some paint. I'm going to do some smushing, and let's see how this page turns out. That's from the Faithful Heart Shop. Praise and Pray journal card that I end up not using. And let's see what else I have. Yep, that's it. So let the smushing begin. For me, one of the biggest takeaways from this verse, because this is one of my favorite scriptures, I use this scripture all of the time. I've tested it, tried it true and true, and I know that it works. He will give us wisdom if we just ask him. The two things I love about this scripture is that when we ask him, he doesn't upbraid us. He does not chastise us. He doesn't get angry because we're asking him. You know, sometimes if we ask our parents when we're little too many questions, or if our children ask us too many questions, like, okay, come on. But God is never like that. And that always reminds me. So when my son comes to ask me a question, I don't upbraid him. I'm always ready to give an answer if I have one. And that's what the Lord is willing to do for us if we ask him, which shows that we are seeking him, which shows that we want his perspective on certain situations in our lives, and he gives it to us freely, literally. And that is just so very awesome. So not only are we encouraged to ask him, but he tells us how to ask him. He tells us how to ask him, which is he wants us to ask him in faith and do not waver. Don't go back and forth. Trust that he is going to give us an answer and wait for him to direct us. And if we truly, truly want the will of God for our lives, we will be patient and we will wait for his answer. And he has the power to open and close doors. So I'm never stumped anymore when things happen, because if I've sought the Lord, I'm trusting him to guide my steps. I'm trusting him to be responsible for the consequences of my obedience, and I don't have to worry about any backlash. I don't have to cry if I don't get something, or if people are moved out of my life or anything like that, because he is in complete control. I've given him permission, so to speak, to direct my life because I want to be in his will, and I hope you do too. I've read some commentaries just briefly on them. I really looked into my study Bibles to get more of a life application aspect of this scripture. But what I did find out in a commentary that I read, this asking in this case right here has all to do with asking God for wisdom and wisdom to understand trials that we're going through. And we may not understand at the moment, but we ask him for wisdom and direction in our circumstances. We are asking him to give us his perspective, his view on the situation, and not to look at it carnally and not to look at it emotionally, because that's natural and that's going to come. But in order for us to have that peace, we need the wisdom of God to saturate our souls and understand that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. And if we just seek him for wisdom and ask him to give us the patience to see us through this trial, we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to be perplexed. We don't have to get upset. And he is thrilled that we come to him because we're asking him in faith, and it shows our dependency on him. I want you to be blessed by this video. I hope you were encouraged. I hope you see how Word Nerd can work for you. And there's many ways to do it. I had some commentary notes that I had, and I decided to put it inside my Word Nerd and then my notes on my Bible journal page.